Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, hotel employee in custody following alleged rape of U.S. visitor. An employee of a hotel in St. Anne has been taken into custody following the alleged rape of a U.S. visitor to the island on Tuesday morning. The news was informed that the suspect, a waiter, is being questioned by detectives. It is reported that about 1 o'clock, the American woman was allegedly assaulted in a bathroom at the hotel. The incident was reported to the management of the hotel, which summoned the police. 20-year-old man caught smoking a cigar, arrested and charged. Detectives attached to the Clarendon Police Division have charged the 20-year-old Jaham Hall, a driver of Shiraz Drive, Rocky Point, Clarendon, with smoking in a public place following an incident on Main Street, Maypen, in the parish on Monday, October 28. Reports from the Maypen police are that at about 12 p.m., a team of police were conducting beat duties in the Main Street area when Hall was observed with a cigar in his mouth and the end lit with smoke coming from his nostrils. He was informed of the offense, smoking in a public place, and was subsequently arrested and escorted to the station where he was charged. A court date for him is being finalized. Clarendon cook shop shut down, no food handlers permit. The police on Monday arrested and charged a cook shop owner in the Maypen Bus Park for allegedly operating their business without a food handler's permit. He is 29-year-old Glendon Campbell of Woodhall, Chapelton in Clarendon. Reports say that about 1:20 p.m., lawmen conducted a snap raid in the bus park where the food establishment was located. The cops requested the food handler's permit from Hall. He said he did not have a permit. He was then arrested and charged with no food handler's permit. A court date for him is being arranged. Campbell derides JLP as opposition moves ahead in polls. The opposition People's National Party says it will not allow the ruling Jamaica Labour Party to belittle or question the character of its leader Mark Golding in the upcoming general election. Speaking in relation to the latest poll results and Mr. Golding's improved favorability rating, General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell said Mr. Golding has gained traction among the electorate and that the party will not allow the JLP to define him.
I was watching the other side, Greenhouse, and I heard the chairman of the Greenhouse said that they think that Mark Golding is an asset to the Labour Party, and that they wanted him to stay here as the leader of the party because they're sure that they will win if he stays here. And when he said he cut every point in the money, if they cut the level, say one drop of blood to the next one, he said, that is a what about out of order. A few years later, and now that the polls are coming out, and the polls are showing them that Mark Golding is now ahead of the corrupt line of wicked prime minister. What do you say?
According to the latest Don Anderson poll, 36% of 1,012 respondents said they favored the PNP's Mark Golding, compared to 32.5% who favored Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The poll also found that the PNP now has a 9 percentage point lead over the JLP in terms of voter intention, with 39.3% of voters indicating they would vote for the opposition if an election were to be called now, as opposed to 30.2% who pledged to support the JLP. Meanwhile, Dr. Campbell, who is the opposition spokesman for agriculture, criticized the portfolio minister, Floyd Green, arguing that the country's food import bill has skyrocketed over the last few years, and this is having a negative effect on local farmers.
We are currently in a situation where we have a Minister of Agriculture who is not doing anything to develop the agricultural sector in the country. What he is doing is ensuring that they import stuff into the country to the point where over an 8-year period in Jamaica, the country's importation bill has increased by 80%. Moving from $800 million in 2016 to 1.4 billion under this government. That is what they're doing. When agriculture is really the way out to lift up some of our people out of poverty.
Police search for suspects in deadly shooting on Berwick Road, St. Andrew. The St. Andrew South police are searching for the suspect behind the shooting of 2 men on Berwick Road in the division on Monday night. One of the victims died of his injuries. He has been identified as 51-year-old Marco Forrester, otherwise called Hooker, of a Berwick Road address. The wounded man, a 48-year-old Spanish Town resident, is in hospital. Investigators reported that about 10:20 p.m., explosions were heard along the roadway and the police were summoned. 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were assisted to the hospital, where Forrester was pronounced dead. No motive has been established in the incident. Holness says latest poll results are a wake-up call for JLP. Jamaica Labour Party leader and the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, says the ruling party will use the latest Don Anderson polls as a springboard to energize its supporters for the upcoming general election. The polls released last week show the opposition has taken a 9-point lead over the JLP in relation to voter intention. The polls also revealed that opposition leader Mark Golding has overtaken Mr. Holness in favorability among electors. Speaking at the Era 1 council meeting of the Jamaica Labour Party in St. Andrew Northwestern on Monday night, Mr. Holness said the poll results are a wake-up call for the JLP.
You have never heard me comment on a poll, and I won't start commenting on poll because I remember the polls that say I couldn't be leader of the party. I remember the polls that said we couldn't win in 2016. I remember all of the polls that we proved them wrong. But I am happy that the polls are saying what they are saying. You know why? Because it has stirred up the labor rights. Some of you was sleeping. Some of you get comfortable. Some of you just take an easy ride. But there's no time that every labor right in Jamaica, every well-thinking Jamaican must rise to their feet and support good government. So I want the polls to continue. Because now is when I see the labor rights them start to, boss, we have to do more work, boss. Yes, don't sit down and believe that because we have good government, that everybody know and understand. Ignorance is still in the land. There is a kind of thinking in Jamaica that can only be described as PMPism. It is a sense of entitlement to the point that it yields a great level of bad mind. It is a kind of thinking that says anything you want, we can give to you, and you don't have to work for it. It's called freeness mentality. A disconnection between how we make people better and how we use our labor to create wealth. Much of the challenges that we face in the society today can be traced back to PMPism. In 2015, we put a proposal. Our administration, when we win, we're going to increase the income tax threshold. The same set of people who, in February, about they were going to increase the income tax threshold. They were the same set of people under PNPism who was saying, no, it can't work, it can't work. We want the people of Jamaica to benefit from an increase in their income levels. And we want the people of Jamaica to retain more of the money that they earn.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.